So for this $1 to $5 million business range that we're talking about, what are the current challenges for an investor wanting to get access to that investment level in the market?
Sure. Well, it's pretty hard. You'd really have to buy a business directly and run that business yourself, or try and find someone to run it for you, which these businesses, obviously they're still pretty small businesses, pretty gritty. You'd have to get your head around that particular industry niche, have pretty, quite a broad range of skills. So, most investors are not looking for that type of
No, that's the rub, isn't it? That's the rub. You want this security.
Yeah, it certainly
you want
would
this
not
secure, sort of de-risked business.
Absolutely.
Which becomes not de-risked because you end up running the thing.
No, that's right. It certainly would not be a passive income or side gig type of investment. So in short, very hard to have access to that type of investment. So essentially, that's really where Patron Companies addresses or fills that void, in terms of we provide the model whereby we're buying these businesses, we're buying, roughly 2.5 of these types of businesses per year. So investors have access to a range of industries, a range of companies. We don't focus on roll-ups, so we obviously spread our risk across a broad range of industries. So overall, investors actually are able to have access to this amazing part of the market without actually having to jump in and run it themselves. Of course, there's the search funder type model out there, which is growing in popularity in Australia. But the problem with the search funder type model is that those individuals, again, will have to run that company themselves, or find someone to run it for them, which generally, if they're buying slightly smaller businesses than Patron Companies buys, then the finances just don't really add up once they've paid for a GM or a CEO to run it.
And it's a very diverse, dispersed opportunity set. So while we think it's a really attractive opportunity set, it's not easy to access. There are literally hundreds of thousands of companies out there that you have to work through. There are hundreds of brokers servicing this part of the market that you have to try to identify and build relationships with. So it takes a lot of shoe leather. It's not the kind of asset class where you can say, you know what, I'd like to buy a small business, and you just pop in and buy it and then retreat again. It really is a full court press to be able to cover the market effectively and to find the best opportunities. So it's almost its own asset class. We think, and a very attractive asset class. And through Patron, we think our investors are able to access that asset class with people who have been involved in investing in businesses for over 30 years, and has been involved in numerous entrepreneurial ventures from an operating point of view. And so we think we bring a pretty good combination of skills to this opportunity set, and makes it a much lower risk way for people to access it. And we're excited about wearing the shoe leather to go after it. But I think unless you are willing to do that, then it's very hard to get access to it.